Garcia, and I will be reading from the book Umberland by Wendy Sprinell. This book takes place in Great Britain. It is an apocalyptic society because Germany has released a biologically engineered virus that has killed off everyone over the age of 18 and under the age of 3, as well as almost every single girl. This is because boys' immune systems are the only ones strong enough to potentially battle a virus. Sadly, with 2 years without adults and without a virus cure, everyone is starting to succumb to a slow and painful death. Right now in our story, Duchess Alyssa is trying to calm a mob of angry and sick boys outside of the castle. Your attention! Your anger and frustration are warranted. That much I won't deny. You were promised refuge here, and instead you continue to suffer from hunger and illness. But as in the past, I implore you to remain peaceful while we figure out a way to help you. What kind of duchess are you? That you are doing nothing while your people die. You have failed us. You have failed those that have come to Allenwick. That seek your help. You ought to be held responsible for your crimes. We need a cure. There is no cure, I assure you. I have people working around the clock seeking a new solution. Until then, we will continue to treat your symptoms the best that we can. I ask for your continued patience. Lies! Pete steps in front of me, pointing a dagger at the crowd. Enough! As a hushed murmur falls over the group. Duchess Alyssa is doing everything she can to find all of us a cure. So unless you are here to offer your assistance, go back to your homes. Duchess Alyssa, just where do you think you're going? The outskirts of the horde part as someone trudges forward. Kat, the Queen of England's kid sister, holds up an ungloved hand, quilling the calming boys, as if under her spell. The refugees go quiet. Finally, she grins with perfectly painted lips, a stark contrast to her white corset, lacy skirt, and white boots. She is now the opposite of the queen as day is from night. Even sick, the queen possesses grace and kindness that Kat once had. But with all that has happened to their former home of London, Kat's charming demeanor has bloomed into icy bitterness. Princess Kat, you look well. Have you heard anything from Maddox Hatter? No. Well, unless you cut ties with him, you are no longer welcome here. Turn on the only person, the only means that has helped these people? No, thank you. These people don't want to be promised false hopes of the future that will never exist. They are dying. We're dying. What is needed is someone to stand by them while they take their last breath, to hold their hand when the pain is too much. I am here when I am needed, and I am among my people, not held up in some castle, pretending to know what I'm doing. This is where I belong. This is what a real queen does. And you, Pete, this is equally your fault. No, perhaps this is all your fault. Before you brought us an anecdote, we were coping just fine here in Northumberland, and then you showed up with a miracle cure, and now everyone here is as good as dead. But since you haven't found a cure, as rightful heir to the crown, I have no other choice but to find it elsewhere. Between the professor's research and Doc's knowledge of the virus, we had the best chance of creating a cure. Who else could possibly help you? I have my resources. You've had plenty of time to fix this, and still, kids are dying daily. Since you can't save us, I've found someone else who can. As if on cue, music booms in the distance of the southeast horizon. Beyond the shanty town, torchlight flickers like fireflies. Of one of the many gardens that once are buried to Alanwick's grounds. The only one that survives is the poison garden. Come, Maddox calls. I'll be back, Duchess Alyssa. And next time I won't be so kind. So figure something out. A little while later, Duchess Alyssa and her group of medical workers have reverse engineered the virus and have figured out that the only cure is in an apple that resides in the poison garden. As Alyssa travels to the gate, once she gets there, she's met by Khan and a huge guard that has a reputation of beheading anyone that Princess Cat sees fit. Duchess Alyssa, miss me already? I am here to see Maddox. You ought to know by now, no one enters the garden unless Maddox Hatter says so. I am the Duchess of Northumberland. It's my right to access the garden. Unless you've come to tell us you've miraculously developed a cure, you aren't welcome here. Go back to the castle, Alyssa. Alanwick is my jurisdiction, the garden included. You will grant me entrance or what? You'll infect me like you've done to my sister? Too late. Let me remind you, Duchess Alyssa, I am next in line to take the royal crown. I may not sleep in the castle, but this authority you think you possess, all this power, will be gone in an instant. Consider yourself warned. Then find a cure yourself or let me in. You'll have to get past me before you ever step foot inside. Be gone, unless you want to be beheaded. Khan aims his scythe in my direction. I assure you I am skilled with the sword. My father taught me well. With one swipe, I will take down your guard and incapacitate you. Now that is something I would pay to see. You bore me. Off with her head. The crowd roars as Khan strong arms my sword and restrains my wrists. This is absurd, Cat. Khan knocks my legs out from underneath me and thrusts me to the ground and rips my hood off my head, grasping a fistful of my hair. As if you want a cure, you'll let me in to see Maddox. You can't fool me. If Maddox had a cure, don't you think he would have given it to us? He doesn't know. What's wrong, Cat? You have to have your big, strong guard deal with me? You can't deal with me yourself? I have information about the cure, and any chance to save yourself will die with me. I'll tell you what, Duchess Alyssa. I hardly believe you're telling the truth, but I'll grant you the benefit of the doubt. Let her up. Entrance granted. You belong to the garden now. Oh, wait, what? You never said you wanted to be able to leave again. Just get into the garden. And those who enter, well, you know, they don't leave. Thank you.